Hey everyone, Gamer Gentry here with a product unboxing. Today we have Mattel's Mega Construx Halo Warthog Run, a faithful recreation of the iconic scene from Halo 3. I used to play the Halo games a lot back in the day when it was still owned by Bungie. Halo 3 was my absolute favorite of the series. I enjoyed ODST a lot, Reach not so much, and everything after that from 343 Industries I just didn't really enjoy. It didn't have the same magic to it that Bungie instilled in their games. This is a 318-piece set, so not too much. It seems pretty easy. It has an 8+ age rating on it, which is kind of ironic given that it's based on a 17+ rated video game, but, you know, whatever. It contains the chain gun equipped variant of the Warthog light reconnaissance vehicle, 2 of the Covenant heavy infantry units known as Hunters, a Master Chief minifigure, and an Arbiter minifigure with several accessories and base plate stands to display them on. So, let's get into the unboxing. Oh, just a little tricky to open. The flap where they want you to open it isn't the best, so... There we go. Got the instruction manual. Got that nice gloss all over it. And of course, they want you to download their app. Something for Mega Construx Beyonders, whatever that is. A lot of the basic building plates within the set. Different shaped building pieces. A lot of olive drab and tan colored parts in here. Some small pieces. The bigger one with the wheels and looks like the minifigure parts. I'm seeing little bits of Arbiter in here. And even more small pieces. We have different components here. The instructions seem very simple, very child-friendly, I would say. Now, I will say that I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of having to put together the entire minifigure. It seems kind of unnecessary to have to put the legs on, but perhaps this is so you can attach different pieces of equipment to each character. Alright, so there is the completed Arbiter minifigure. It took a little bit of finessing to get his bottom half to connect to the top. And also, I'm seeing a little bit of a seam right here along his ribs and his gold plate. And this one might be a little trickier for kids to put together. I'm not sure. Like, I really had to kind of finesse a couple of these parts. But overall, I would say it does pretty well. We also have the Master Chief here, completely disassembled. Let's see how easy this one is. Now, to me, the Master Chief minifigure was actually a lot easier to put together than the Arbiter. I had this together less than 2 minutes. The Arbiter probably took about 5, but that was just my personal experience. Overall, I think this one's a little more kid-friendly to put together, a little easier. Something else that I'll note is kind of curious about this, and it was true with the Arbiter and Master Chief figures as well. The instructions display how to put their leg pieces together, like so, but this was already pre-assembled. Except for the feet, however, which do need to be attached to the bottoms of the legs. Okay, so I have a harder time recommending this particular part of it for anyone with kids. Those little green fuel rod crystals took forever trying to get into the holes. Like, I feel like a couple of the holes weren't molded to the perfect diameter, so I really had to muscle some of them in, and it was hurting my hands to do it. All I'm really going to say about the Hunters is, if you buy this set for your kids, be prepared to have to help them assemble it, because the 2 Hunters were a nightmare. And now we are ready to begin assembling the Warthog reconnaissance vehicle. Here you have the instructions for the different plates with highlighted areas indicating which parts click together. Here we have the bottom base of the Warthog vehicle itself. Again, I would definitely say that this is not a set for kids. This one took a little bit of work to put together. Here we have the Warthog's control panel, complete with working steering wheel. Here we have a half-completed main body of the Warthog, complete with windshield, some tail lights. Almost done with this. One thing I do really like about it is the suspension system, so it actually bounces up and down on the tires. And there it is, everyone, the completed UNSC Warthog. I really like the care that went into the design of the suspension system, so it actually bounces up and down on the tires. A lot of nice detail with the chain gun on the back, with the ammo drum and the belt feeding into it. Overall, this was a really nice kit. It has some extra pieces, presumably for like customization options. The manual actually said nothing about them. But overall, I would say this is more for adults than kids. Some of it was somewhat difficult for me to put together. And some of the parts really had to be forced together, such as some of the Arbiter's components and parts of the main body on the Warthog. I would say I'd give this set a good 8 out of 10. Attention to detail is quite impressive. It matches exactly my memory of the Warthog itself, plus the interesting and unique Hunter design, plus that rocking suspension. So just to recap, we opened the Mattel Mega Construx Halo Warthog Run set. I was overall quite impressed with it. Definitely an 8 out of 10. The only reason I'm not going to give it a higher score is simply because some of it was needlessly difficult to put together, and actually just now one of the little fuel rod crystals broke out of the Hunter's arm when I picked it up. Some of them you really got to force in there. Not only would I say this is a little too difficult for younger kids to put together, I would also say it's not really designed to be rigorously played with, because I can see some of this stuff potentially popping apart. The little Hunter fuel rods in particular. But it was a good set. I might eventually pick up another one and put it together. If you enjoyed today's unboxing video, please follow me on here and on Twitter at GamerGentry. I'll be doing some more unboxing, possibly with magic booster boxes. So we'll see how that goes. Until next time, this is GamerGentry. So long.